Kevin Roberts, the head of the Heritage Foundation, who talks tough all the time, right before the election happened, talked about how he wants to kill him some libs. I'm sorry, the left. I saw this come across my timeline and I said, what is he talking about and why?
I'll have more to say on this in the coming days, but today I want to be clear about one thing. Christians can critique the state of Israel without being anti-Semitic. And of course, anti-Semitism should be condemned. My loyalty as a Christian and as an American is to Christ first and to America always. When it serves the interests of the United States to cooperate with Israel and other allies, we should do so, with partnerships on security, intelligence, and technology. But when it doesn't, conservatives should feel no obligation to reflexively support any foreign government, no matter how loud the pressure becomes from the globalist class or from their mouthpieces in Washington. The Heritage Foundation didn't become the intellectual backbone of the conservative movement by canceling our own people or policing the consciences of Christians. And we won't start doing that now. We don't take direction from comments on X, though we are grateful for the robust free speech debate. We also don't take direction from members or donors, though we are inherently grateful for their support. And we're adding more every day. This is the robust debate we invite with our colleagues, our movement friends, our members, and the American public.
It looks like Kevin Roberts is trying to clean up another infighting moment on the right. What he's concerned now about is these talks about what Israel is doing. And there's folks on the right are like, what the hell are we doing? And the fight is on. And Kevin Roberts has to make sure he keeps his people all together in one collective mindset so they can continue their assault on the left and their murderous tendencies and their fascist takeover of the country. If he's going to come forward and have all this to say, he's definitely concerned about the fighting that's going on. Here are the people that they're fighting about. Kevin Roberts continues.
We will always defend truth. We will always defend America, and we will always defend our friends against the slander of bad actors who serve someone else's agenda. That includes Tucker Carlson, who remains, and as I have said before, always will be a close friend of the Heritage Foundation. The venomous coalition attacking him are sowing division. Their attempt to cancel him will fail. Most importantly, the American people expect us to be focusing on our political adversaries on the left, not attacking our friends on the right. I disagree with, and even abhor, things that Nick Fuentes says. But canceling him is not the answer either. When we disagree with a person's thoughts and opinions, we challenge those ideas in debate. And we have seen success in this approach as we continue to dismantle the vile ideas of the left. As my friend Vice President Vance said last night, what I am not okay with is any country coming before the interest of American citizens, and it is important for all of us, assuming we are American citizens, to put the interest of our own country first. That's where our allegiance lies, and that's where it will stay.
Don't cancel Tucker Carlson. Don't cancel Nick Fuentes. Kevin Roberts wants to make sure you keep the focus. This is where their focus should be, on our political adversaries of the left. This guy does not like the fractures that are potentially happening. He doesn't like the fact that some people are now being accused of being anti-Semitic because they don't want to keep sending so much money to Israel as they carry out this continued, let's not forget that, continued massacre and genocide of innocent people. So as that keeps happening, they're fighting, bro. You know why they're fighting? As he brought up, Nick Fuentes went on Tucker Carlson's show very recently and sparked all of this infighting because they made up and they understand each other.
I tweeted to Ben Shapiro. I said, I've never seen anything on the Daily Wire that's actually critical of Israel. And he quote tweets me. And at this time, I have 1,000 followers on Twitter. I don't know. I probably got 100 likes on this tweet. It wasn't a viral tweet. He quote tweets me and says, to accuse a Jew of dual loyalty is the surest sign of anti-Semitism.
But the second you're like, well, actually, it's the Jews. First of all, it's against my Christian faith. Like, I just don't believe that, and I never will, period. And second, then it becomes a way to discredit. That's when I was like, this guy's a Fed. I'm sorry I called you gay, by the way. but I'm always, I think I'm just too old or something. I'm like, why is anyone married?
Tucker Carlson and Nick Fuentes made up. They found their common ground on things like, yo, why are you guys calling us anti-Semitic? Because we have frustrations about what is this going on. What they refuse to point out is that other folks that had frustrations about what's going on, but also have mindsets about other folks in the world, and specifically in this country, having an opportunity to live freely and have opportunities, are way too leftist. They want to destroy your country with that socialism, communism, Marxism. They just throw the isms out there. When those folks are anti-Semitic, we're shutting down college campuses. We're defunding them because of all those anti-Semites on campus that are protesting a genocide of people. But now that they're fighting amongst themselves over this, Kevin Roberts has to step in and go, let's not do any canceling, because people got pissed. Here's more of their kumbaya that they were experiencing together. They've come to an agreement on their white nationalism.
Look, Tucker, that's why I'm sitting here, you know?
Right.
I mean, because we had a contentious dialogue.
Well, I
for
thought
a
you
long
were
time.
a Fed. I
I thought you were a Fed.
I was a Fed.
Yeah.
I'm not a Fed. But whatever, I don't care what people
Yeah,
think.
we showed each other a badge, as we know well.
No, but I thought you were a Fed because I was like, why not? It's not cucking to say you're not talking about all Jews when you oppose a foreign policy position. It's not. There's nothing liberal about that. It's just true. That's the Christian position, okay? And two, why are you attacking like the best people and not the worst people?
Well, yeah, I mean, again, he disavowed me for my views on Israel and said I talk too much about white people and Christianity. And to me,
Right.
that's like a sincere ideological disagreement.
I get it.
Tucker gets it. They understand each other. So again, the battle came because folks within the right wing of this fascist movement were upset, and they wanted this guy deplatformed. I mean, they wanted Tucker deplatformed and canceled because he platformed a white nationalist, disgusting, open, anti-Semite, racist, bigot. I mean, they never cared about the racism, the bigotry, the misogyny. They never gave a shit about any of the things that Nick Fuentes said. Now they have this weird division where they don't know what to do. They've always used these terms to silence folks, and now when two of them are saying something that's similar, or at least has some aspects of the things that they always said to cancel people over, use the power of the entire government and the presidency in this MAGA presidency to do that to them, they don't like that Nick Fuentes is getting platformed. The problem is that they've always agreed with Nick Fuentes. And you know who knew that? This is from like 2021. Nick Fuentes always knew that people like Tucker Carlson agreed with him on his rabid fucking racism. They always agreed.
When Tucker says population replacement is a voting rights issue, there are young people that go, yep, yes, that's so true, it is. Before I went live on my show, I watched a clip from Tucker Carlson's show. And I noticed that Tucker Carlson was saying the exact same thing that I said last night. And that's okay. And in the spirit of America First, and we've got to get used to saying this, I saw that monologue and I said, okay. So, my talking points, I guess, are now mainstream enough that they're on Fox News.
They're uncomfortable that they're always standard of white supremacy, white nationalism, Christian nationalism, bigotry, sexism, racism. They're uncomfortable that it's now on full display, and they are Nick Fuentes, and they always thought they could distance themselves from him, but there's a reason why he was popular. He's popular because he thinks just like they do. He was just open about it. So now Kevin Roberts has to make a decision. Should we go ahead and finally be open about it? Or should we keep saying that all those people we targeted are the ones that are calling us these names and it's violent rhetoric? Nick Fuentes is too honest with all of their bigotry and racism. Remember when the Young Republican chats came out and J.D. Vance said they're just a bunch of kids? Nick Fuentes also blew that spot up too. He's always been on this. They are just like him.
This is what I'm talking about. Like, everyone's a groiper now. I don't even know these people. I've never met these people. And I don't know that they identify as groipers. I don't believe they talked about me. If they did, I'm sure it'd be in here. But it just goes to show this is the mood of my generation. This is the mood. This is the zeitgeist of the under 25, under 30 crowd, especially for white men. It's just where they are.
These guys were doing a great thing. These guys are, they're not woke, they're based, and they're doing what they're supposed to be. They're rising up in the party leadership. They're rising up in the government. The mistake that they made is that they were sloppy.
They were sloppy. They've always agreed with this guy. That's who they are. This fight's probably going to continue. People are now upset at Kevin Roberts for folding and kowtowing to this anti-Semite. I wonder if one day he's going to have the same fire in his belly that he also had for the left that he wants to, murder. Because this was him before the election. That whole soft version of him that we just saw is a different one because he doesn't know which way to go. This was Kevin Roberts when he's talking about his enemies.
The reason that so many anchors on MSNBC, for example, are losing their minds daily is because our side is winning. And so I come full circle in this response and just want to encourage you with some substance that we are in the process of the Second American Revolution, which will remain bloodless if the left allows it to be.
That's who he is. They're all bad people. They've always agreed with Nick Fuentes. They're just uncomfortable that it's now being seen.